Welcome again to my desk, and another nice product here that Banggood have sent me along to review. This probably won't be too unfamiliar to anybody that does FPV. This is obviously a Mobius camera, and you get the normal things in the package, the little sort of clamp thing that you can go into, and you convert that to a tripod mount, some Velcro, a little Allen key, and a USB connector. Now what's different about this is the C2 lens, which is new, and it's quite subtle. I've got the old one, which I think is just called the C lens, and as you can see there, the old lens sticks out a bit more, and the aperture on it seems a little bit different. So I thought it'd be quite interesting to really compare these side by side and see if I can mount them on the same quad and fly them and see how it goes. All things being equal, this should have slightly better optics, so let's see how it performs. So I printed a little plate out just to hold the two Mobii on there, and I'll give it a fly now, see how we go. I'll fly them individually as well, just in case there's any rocking from here, but it seems pretty good. Well, we'll see. So here we are in the field for the first flight with both cameras mounted. Now I've gone ahead and I've put half the video from the C2 on the left and the other half from the normal C lens on the right. Obviously they don't quite match up and the lenses are slightly different, so there's some overlap in the middle, so bear with me on that bit. Now before I went out to the field, the other thing I did, because the firmware and settings needed to be looked at, I upgraded both cameras to the latest firmware. I turned WDR on and I selected the option to freeze the white balance. So before I flew on these, I put a piece of white paper in front of them and held down the M key for a few seconds, which locks that white balance into that mode. Despite that, you will notice there's some slight differences in the colour. I'm noticing the C2 lens seems to get a sort of deeper blue sky, whereas the C lens looks just very slightly washed out. There's also a little bit, I think, of a purple tinge to the regular C lens, which doesn't seem to be there on the C2. Now whether that's because the C2 is slightly darker, I don't know, but at the moment the colours look slightly better on the C2. I can't really see anything in the focus or the clarity. They both look pretty good on both cameras. It's pretty hard to tell though, it's very close, and I think both cameras look pretty good. This really wasn't a flight designed to do much other than just to go around in a few circles and make sure I put both sides of the camera under similar conditions, so we sort of had a bright light, dappled light into shadows going into the sun and having the sun behind you. And I'll let you make up your own mind what you think about it. I think it can be quite subjective to look at video like this and decide which side of it looks better. I did a couple of flights like this just to make sure I had some adequate comparisons, but what I'll do now is I'll flick over so we can at least look full screen on each to have a quick comparison with as well. So by way of a more full screen comparison, here's my original C lens, and again it's looking fine. I still see a slight purplish tint to things sometimes, but it all seems pretty good. And now here's the C2 lens. What I have noticed on the lens, I've managed to pick up a dust speck towards the centre of the camera. I've just double checked and filmed now just to make sure it wasn't an imperfection with the lens, and it's not, it's just a piece of dust unfortunately, so please ignore that. My takeoff point meant I got dust on both the cameras almost as soon as I took off. Well, in conclusion, you can say Mobius are good, whether it's the original lens, the C lens, or the C2 lens. On this comparison today, I'm tending to go with the C2. To me, the colours just look a little bit better, and I don't know if that's something to do with the optics or the new shaped lens or something, but stuff looks a little bit more real to me. There's just, I can't get away from that overwhelming tinge of purple I kept detecting on my original lens. Of course, you can use them as your HD recording camera. They pretty good as a live out camera, although I perhaps wouldn't use it on a mini quad like this, but they work really nicely on planes. And plenty of people use them as dash cameras as well, but that's not really my area I can comment on. But in short, it's a great camera, and anybody into FPV should have at least one Mobius in their arsenal to use on whatever plane or quad they have. There's a link to this product in the description of the video, so please click on that if you want to take a look. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next time.